never date a man with no job. And I'll tell you why. I've been doing it for my whole life. It seems like a very simple thing to understand, but I couldn't get it until recently. And I don't want you to do the same mistake that I did. And this mistake ruined my life. And I got myself into toxic relationships because I dated broke men with no real jobs. There were men who approached me and they always had some excuses why they don't have a stable income, a stable job. My psychopath ex-boyfriend, he wanted to be a musician. That's fine. That's a job in the creative field. However, he didn't make any money. When we met online, he had excuse. His excuse was that he couldn't find any job. And at that time, he lived in Africa. And he said that economy was bad and he was going to school. He was trying to learn new skills to get a new job. That was his excuse for not having a job at that time. So right away, there is a question. If a man doesn't have a job, why would he want to date someone else? Why wouldn't he focus on himself first, build himself up first, and then go and date a woman? And the answer is simple. He is not a real man. He is a child in a grown man's body. So my psychopath ex-boyfriend, he wanted to be a musician. No job, no income, no money. And what did he do? Of course, he was complaining and complaining, and it was so draining, annoying, non-stop complaints. And I got tricked into this manipulation. It was a manipulation. I got tricked and I started to send him money because I was living in Ukraine, he was living in Africa. I had some money and I started to send him so he could buy food for himself. Just imagine how stupid I was to send money to a grown adult man so he could afford to buy him food. I'm really ashamed to admit this mistake, but I'm sure this information will help you to make smart decisions about your life. Because when you get together with a man who has no job, no income, who is not a provider, you're gonna ruin your life. You're gonna totally destroy your self-esteem and you're gonna feel worthless. That's how I felt. Unfortunately, I see it too often. I see too often women, smart women, intelligent women who are hard working, who have their own businesses. They have to provide for a man just to say they have a boyfriend or a husband. It doesn't make any sense because by doing this, women train men to become dependent on women's income. And that's not how it's supposed to be. That is not the right way to build a relationship between man and woman. I also dated women as well. I dated my ex-wife before she became my wife. We were dating. And again, when I first met her, she had no job. She was selling her body. She was a prostitute, but she didn't tell me that. She told me she couldn't find a job. She had no income. Yes, she was a prostitute, but with no income, no real income. She made like a change. She made small money. And again, once I found out about her situation, financial situation, I should have left her right away, immediately. Yet, I made a stupid decision that changed the whole course of my life for next 5 years, even more. I got together with her and it was awful. It was biggest mistake that I have ever made. So if you're considering to date someone, a man, a woman, gender it doesn't really matter here. Because nowadays, everyone dates everyone. Men dates men, women dates women. Everything is switched up. So it doesn't matter who you decide to date. But let's say we talk about traditional relationships, man and woman. If you're a woman and you decide to date a man, the first question you have to find out the answer to, does he work? Does he have a stable income that comes in every single month? Can he provide for himself? Can he cover his basic expenses such as shelter, food, transportation, things like that? In addition to that, can he afford to take you out? Can he afford to provide for you, to buy you gifts, to take you out, to travel to another countries for vacations? Can you celebrate holidays with you? And I mean celebrate, to do something, to spend money on you. Can he buy you nice outfits, nice shoes, nice bags, something really nice to show you his appreciation? Can he do that for you? Without finding out the answer to this question, do not date anyone. Do not do it. Dating broke men, it's a burden, because broke man has low self-esteem. He hates himself and he doesn't appreciate your efforts. In my mind, when I was dealing with my psychopath ex-boyfriend, I was thinking this way: if I build this man up, he would appreciate my efforts, he would appreciate me, my love, my care, my investment into his life, into his career, and someday he will return the favor. We would have an amazing loving family. That was a BS, total, complete BS. It was all delusional thoughts, never came to life, because men simply does not appreciate women who take care of them. Man, when he starts eventually to make his own money, he's gonna leave you, because inside his mind he go and resent you for helping him. That's how psyche of undeveloped men, abusers, that's how their psyche work, because they are abusers. If they use women's resources, they are already abusers. Yes. No man should take from woman. Job and responsibility of any man is to provide for a woman, not to take her resources from her. If a man does that, he is abuser already. And I don't care what he promises you. I don't care what he tells you, how much sweet words he tells you every day, how many times a day he texts you. It doesn't matter. Inside his soul, he hates your guts for helping him. He would never appreciate your efforts. Never. Don't even dream about it. I went through all of this in my life, year after year, time after time, man after man. I did the same stupid mistake. Without finding out who they really are, I jumped into relationships with broke men, hoping, believing one day our relationships will work out. One day he will start to make money. One day he will start to buy me gifts. One day he will start to take me out. One day he will start to pay at restaurants. One day he will bring food into my home. One day we will travel together and he would pay for himself and for myself, for both of us. One day. That was my dream. My delusions never came to life, never happened. Every time I dated a broke man, he eventually, slowly started to abuse me more and more, take from me more and more, and then cheat on me. Cheat on me with women who were below me. Below me in terms of looks, in terms of money, in terms of career, in terms of education, in terms of intelligence. They were below me. You know why? Because with them, he felt above them. With me, he felt below me. I'm talking about his level of development. He didn't feel like he deserved me. So he had an urgent desire to cheat on me, to prove to himself that he is above a woman. Difficult lessons to learn. Simple. You may say, what I'm saying right now, it sounds simple. Yes, but I spent decades, year after year, year after year, more than 2 decades, I spent dating broke men. And now, let's talk about the reason why I did it. The reason is also simple. I didn't appreciate myself, didn't know my self-worth, had delusional thoughts, had dreams, and listened to what other people say. I should have had my own opinion about this specific thing. And whenever I met rich men, I turned them off. Because I didn't believe inside my head, I didn't believe that I was worthy to date a rich man who would take care of me. I was chasing poor men. I'm ashamed to admit it. It's not easy to talk about this for me. Even a year ago, I did the same mistake. I met a man, I hired him to do a job, household job, to build a fence for my dogs. And he was broke. He needed a place to stay. It was winter time, cold outside. And of course, he saw that I have cozy, warm place to stay at. And he started to tell me sweet words about love, about relationships, building a family, blah, blah, blah. And what did I do? I believed him. I was so stupid and naive. It was 1 year ago. I'm so ashamed of that action, that I listened to empty promises and I believed his empty promises. And he had no job, no income. He had no place to stay. When I met him, he was sleeping on a couch with his mom and sister, because they had their own apartment and he was just sleeping on the couch. They gave him for free a room. He had no money to buy food. Every time we went to a store, he never paid for anything. And once we came back home after the store, he cooked the meal and he ate it without paying for anything. So he ate my food, didn't pay. He stayed at my place for free, didn't pay. He used electricity, internet, heat. He used all these resources and didn't pay bills. Didn't contribute anything, even $1 toward the bills. And bills are expensive here, especially during winter time. He uses everything for free. He even used my car for free, because whenever I was driving somewhere, he hopped on and he was driving on the passenger seat like I was his cab driver, again for free. Huge mistake on my part. Dating a broke man destroyed me. It drained me. It made me feel disgusting. I didn't like myself. I hated myself even after I broke up with that loser. I broke up with him after 13 days. I couldn't tolerate his behavior. He became so lazy, he didn't build the fence for my dogs. I paid him, but he didn't build anything. He took money from me and he became so lazy, didn't want to do anything. And on top of that, he started to abuse me. He started to disrespect me. He started to talk down on me. And I just couldn't take it any longer. I kicked him out. And you know what he did? He even didn't return the keys. So I had to hire people to change locks on my doors, because I didn't want him to break in my apartment. It's dangerous out there. He was aggressive. He became aggressive towards the end. He didn't want to leave this cozy place where he stayed for absolutely free, paying absolutely nothing. And also I can say the same thing about my ex-wife. She did the same thing. She used to ask me to live with me and my dad. My dad was alive at that time. I used to live in New York at that time with my sick father. He had a lot of diseases, including cancer, Alzheimer's disease. He was so sick, and she knew it. She knew that my father was sick, yet she asked to move in. And you know why? Because she was lazy. She didn't want to work. But she was saying she was going to find a work. Once she moved in, it became hell. She started to abuse me and my dad. She started to disrespect both of us, me and my dad. She started to put hands on me. She became physically violent with me, verbally abusive. And I tolerated that BS for almost like 3 years, 4 years. It was crazy. And I did it. I made that choice. And now I'm paying for it with my depression, with my mental health. I'm suffering right now. Years after that incident, I suffer. I still suffer. I think it's important to say that relationships are detrimental to our lives, how our lives are going to be. Are we going to be miserable or happy? It depends on who we choose. It depends on our partner. Do not choose broke man. Do not choose broke partner. Doesn't matter of gender. Do not choose someone who is broke, who doesn't have their own things together, who doesn't make money, who doesn't have their own place to stay, cannot afford to buy food. Do not get involved with them. You go and destroy your life completely. And that partner, he would become your abuser. Even if he was nice at the beginning, when you just was getting to know him, once you accept that he's broke, once you start to help him, trust me, he's going to start to abuse you and use you and take all of your money, all of your time, and after that, he will disrespect you and cheat on you. And once he would get on his career path, and once he would start make his own money, he would leave you immediately for another woman. He would not appreciate what you did because he would develop a resentment towards you. Be very careful who you choose. Do not choose abuser. Take time. Take a long time. Take as long as you need to get to know the person on a very deep level. I would say take about half a year at least. Take a year. Take things slowly. Watch him. Watch what he does. How he treats you. Watch how he treats his mother. Watch how he treats his family members. Watch how he talks about other people around you. How he treats staff at the restaurant. Watch every single detail. Take notice. Because relationship is when you merge with another person. You become like one entity. And if he's not good, it's going to affect you in a very negative way. It's going to set you back many years. All your efforts is going to go into the drain. All your money, all your intelligence, resources, time, your love. He's going to break your heart into pieces if he is a broken man. So don't get involved with a broken man, with no job, no income, no finances. Start to take a great care of yourself. Go to cosmetologist. Start to take care of your skin. Do different procedures. Start going to the gym. Take care of your body. If you look good, you're gonna feel amazing. You're gonna attract people with the same level of positive energy, successful people. Go to massage therapy. I go in 3 to 4 times a week. Massage therapy helps to relax mind, body, and soul. But stay quiet during it. Just stay quiet, relax, and receive great massages. You're gonna feel younger than your age. Also take classes, go to dance classes. I go into jazz funk class, one-on-one. And also I go to bachata class. It's a group class. Dance class is a great way to socialize with other women, to make friends with other women, and just to have fun, to dance, to listen to great music. Also, I'm taking online boxing coaches sessions. It helps me to feel confident in my boxing skills. And again, boxing gym is also a great place to meet new people and work out. Boxing is another way to work out for me. It's more fun than the regular working out. Also, get a dog. If you feel lonely, get a dog, get a pet. I have 4 dogs. I have to take them out for a walk every day. Do something for yourself. Focus on yourself first, and then the right person will come to your life. If not, then it's okay too. I'm single for life and I'm happy. Yes, I do feel alone sometimes, but overall I feel happy and great. So this is my advice. Never, never, ever even think about dating a broke man with no job. Don't do it.